Well, here with more space engineers. Yay! And today we're going to work on the engineering room a little bit because I'm kind of wanting to get this portion done so we can work on some other things. Oh, so it's going to be more welding. And probably some design stuff in here too. First, we have to get started. So let's go. So happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. Oh, and for those who weren't here yesterday, you're getting a couple of bonus episodes this week. So overall, each episode is going to be probably a little bit less than what you would normally get, but you're going to get to see all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you normally don't get to see either. So anyway, all right, so what have we done so far? And I am going to change this up a little bit. Oh, look at that. Apparently I just got signed out. Alright, so yeah, basically I originally said I was going to work on the midship section. I decided I wanted to get the engineering section up and running a little bit sooner rather than later, because what's happening is I'm starting to run into the PCU count again. And I'm really trying not to disable that. So I've been slowly taking the tram apart. We've recovered about 2K PCU off of that, and right now that's enough. I don't know if that's actually going to end up being enough by the time everything is said and done, but we will eventually probably go ahead and take that entire assembly apart next time, off camera. So yeah, it is what it is. The last thing to go will be the mining assembler, or the mining assembly out there, that mining rig. That is a lot of PCU. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. All right. So what have we done in here? I haven't done a whole lot. I did just go ahead and replace all of these guys. These used to be the regular cubes, and I went ahead and replaced them with the upper portion of the two-part ramp. Take that out, because we're going to end up with some walkways and such wrapped up in here, and I want to make sure that we have everything, you know, basically cleared so that we can get that in here. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to keep the half blocks like this.
Inventory full.
Oh, I forgot. I brought parts over here for this stuff. Let's get these welded up really quick. Also have to turn those off, huh? I think I have enough parts for 3 of these guys. So basically what's going on is these are piped in through the reactors, and once the reactors are welded up, when we run hydrogen into the system, the engines will be able to run. So let's go ahead and get that out of here for a second. Basically just trying to get the crap out of my inventory here. Now, didn't something... Ah, that's why. I think we lost some plates. Alright, so what I was thinking here is we use these guys, because they are smaller profile, so they're kind of out of the way a little bit more, but they will allow us to maintain an airtight seal. And so what we'll probably end up with is, let's go grab some more stuff, get the rest of these engines welded up. And what I want to do is I want to work on this whole the whole engineering room, because there's some, I don't want to say redesign, but there's definitely some stylization going on in there. And so we want to kind of get this up and running just to make it a little easier to work in here. Because one of the things I want to do is I want to get some lights back here, and we want to get that back wall welded up. So I'm not sure if we'll do the wall on camera or not. I may just go ahead and do that off camera. But I do want to get the some of the functionality in here. So that we can start cleaning this entire area up. I forgot. I forgot we were already working on that. And I did finish welding up the rest of the blocks around here. So this area is about the only thing that still needs to be welded up in between those two. Let's grab, should be the last of the components. I am going to work on getting all of those welders up and running. I mean, they're all piped in. I just have to get the sensors in and actually get all of that factored through. Basically get them configured and make sure everything works. Alright. Okay, that gives us not an insignificant amount of emergency power. Alright. And we do the same thing over here that we did over there. And remember, we do want this to hold atmosphere. So that is... Wrong button. There we go. So that is something to keep in mind. Which is why I'm saying probably just go ahead and do this up. Like so. Alright, and that brings us into here. We'll be able to drop down. This is all going to be glassed in. And take that stuff out. Because we're going to have stairs over here. Actually, I think, you know what? Let's not glass that in. Let's keep it like that. Get this over here. And what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and drop these in. These are construction components. So let's grab some plates and some construction components. We'll start getting stuff welded up. Actually, I'll just do this really quick. Grab the parts for all of those while we're here. Look at that. Alright. Okay, we're just gonna grab like 1,000 plates. Or whatever it's gonna let us grab. And get back into the engine room. I don't know what are we gonna call this thing. Power? Oh look, there's the plates I thought I lost. Okay. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to call this place at this point. Two. We're going to do the same on this side. And part of the reason why we have that extra space in there is because when I first did this, I actually, yeah, no, we do want that here. I was trying to decide if when I first did this, if I was going to have stairs coming off of this area, so you'd have basically a set of stairs. There'd be a walkway here, set of stairs that would come down and wrap like here and then wrap up, which I may still do because that's the idea of what we have going on over here. You're basically going to go up, you'll be able to walk up, and if you want to go out, you go over this way. Alright, so let's go ahead and the last little bits of this stuff out of the way. Yep, okay. There we go. So we're going to take that out. Drop you in there. same over here. Obviously missing some construction components. And we are going to grab 2 of those, 2 regular flats. I think that's all we really need, because that would be basically 1 on both sides, that's 2. And 1 with a railing on both sides, that's 2. Okay. And we'll grab a couple extra construction components. Just to get everything together. Alright. Let's go into the plates. We're just going to grab, like 20 more of those. Alright. So, what have we gotten done? Monday we got most of the nacelles put together. I did go ahead, while we were off camera, I did the armor knuckle on the bottom of the nacelle. We've got the armor that is the second armor span on the bottom of the port nacelle is now in. So all of this got done. Most of the stuff I've just been basically breaking down the stuff over there to get us a little bit of the PCU back. I did go ahead and finish up the armor dressing on this side. Required me to do a little bit of alteration up here. I miscounted when I was doing the surface, but that's okay. It gets done, right? Okay, so I do need to grab more. All right, so let's go ahead and get stairs out. Create a catwalk. Get that in. We're going to come over here and do it again. And basically what I'm trying to do, right, is I want to be able to figure out what we actually need to be in here to keep, the envelope in. Because we want to keep the atmosphere in the ship once the ship is done. And what we have available to do window dressing with. Prop setting, if you will. Okay, so that's all done. I should only have basically plates here. A couple of construction components, which is fine. What do we need for these? I'll go ahead and grab 4 more sets of stairs. And you require 100 super constructors, so we need 400 super constructors, and I don't think I actually have any more. I think I had to build them for the refinery yield modules. But let me check just to make sure, because I'd like to get those up and running today if we can. Yeah, we got 40. I need how many? 400? Okay. So we're gonna do 60 and then 400. Okay. So those will run for a while. I think I have enough gold, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got enough gold. Okay. All components have been withdrawn, so we can go ahead and get the rest of those ladders in. And like I said, what I've been doing is while I'm working on this thing, I have been basically going through and like cutting pieces out just to get it, just to see where we were as far as what was necessary to keep the atmospheric envelope. And as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff here that can probably come out, but we're going to use for stylization. So if it's welded up in here, the odds are it's needed for the air envelope, because basically that's why I went out and the cowling that we have on the ship, the fairing if you prefer, was welded up, was because I wanted to see just where I had things that maybe I had too many blocks placed, just to see what we had as far as space in here. Alright, so what I may do is I may do a reactor stack. You come out of there. Okay. I'll probably have to cut that back in before I'm done, just to be able to get stuff welded up out there. Alright, so let's... Okay, so I'm thinking we should probably strip back everything that isn't welded up. Like I said, we can always put things back. You know, if we determine that we actually do need stuff. But I want to make sure we have all the space we need. And you are... Yep. Okay. I figure this will open up some space for us in here. And I do like having the ribs in here. So I'm thinking that we will probably keep that as a design element. But for now, I do want to open stuff up. Okay. And see? So much more space in here. Look at that. Much cleaner. Alright, so what we'll probably end up doing is I'm thinking we're going to run a that rib design that we had. Oh, this one. I'm thinking we'll run that probably here. We'll put enough room in, or we'll leave enough room in to put another reactor on top of it. And then we'll figure out where our spacing looks like, or what our spacing looks like, and where we'll have room. And then we'll start working from there. But that leaves us basically just with welding some of this stuff up. Get this whole little area hemmed in. We'll do the same on the other side now. Just go ahead and get all this again, just to get an idea of what we have and what we need. This also allows me to get back into the corners and weld some of this stuff up that I might not think about welding up otherwise. Yep. Alright. Okay, so that gets us a pretty good idea of what we have here. Get this welded up. There we go. Okay, all that's done. This is done. Now, one of the things that I'm going to have to figure out is where are we bringing O2 in. You know, how are we bringing our oxygen supply in? And I'm thinking, I wonder if we can get away. Let's see what's under there. I don't remember what's under that room. I know we spent some time down there a while back. Okay, so that's there. No, if I did that, I'd have to drop the engines down a block, which we could do. I mean, I'm not against it. But I think that's probably a bit more than I want to deal with, because I don't want them hanging down quite so far. Oh, over here. Out of plates, okay. Oh yeah, we've got a bit of a quandary here. Alright, Feeling nauseous yet? Alright, so let's go ahead and drop all that off. We're gonna go with you guys. We're just gonna fill these up really quick. There we go. Grab a little bit of power. Okay, so the thought process is we've got 4 large reactors, 8 hydrogen engines, and I'm thinking to put a second grouping of the reactors in and do them as a stacked reactor system. Man, it'd be nice. No, I'm not putting rotors in. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, I did actually think about putting reactors on the rotors, but no, we're not gonna do that. Okay, so let's go. Let's go ahead and grab some of these. I think reactor components are the one thing I don't have. Like, I don't have pre-built. But I think I have everything else. We'll find out shortly. Of course, doing all this, I may hit the PCU limit again. Yeah, see, it's not pulling any of the reactor components. So you just need reactor components. We'll grab a bit of stuff for you guys. So that's 8,000 reactor components. I actually don't know if I have the materials for that. Let's take a look really quick. What do you need? You need silver, gravel, and iron. I've got the gravel and iron. I'm not worried about that. It's the silver. So I'll need 1,600, 32, 6,400 silver. So 6,600 or something like that. Alright, so we actually have enough. Okay. I stand corrected. How many did we say we need? 2,000 per, so 8,000? Is that right? Worst happens, I have to break a couple hundred down. Alright, so we're going to let those run. See what we just picked up. Basically, we're just going to keep coming back to the first reactor each time we do this run. Keep picking components up. Be nice to get these online, though. Because if I can get the large reactors online, that will help alleviate quite a bit of my fear of this thing. What I really need to do is get all the thrusters welded up and do the quick calculations on if it's going to have the lift that it needs in order to get off the ground. Because I think with where we are right now, we may actually need to get all of our lower thrusters online in order to lift off. What I'll probably end up doing is get all of our lift thrusters set up and enabled, and then just do one for each of the other directions. Mainly just to get us off of the planet. And then we can figure out what's going on from there. Because we got a lot of stuff that needs to be built on this thing. Alright. Okay. We're not doing too bad. Right? It's too bad those reactor components are so low priority on the pole. So we're gonna come back up through here one more time. Yay. And part of the reason I want to get these done is so that I can get back in here and get some of this other stuff welded up. How many conveyor junctions is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, huh? Meh, we'll worry about those in a bit. Let's get the reactors online first. Get all of that done, and then we'll worry about the rest of it. Oh, saw that coming. All right, like a freight train. All right. So, oh man. So, what do y'all think about the build so far? You like the format, the overall appearance of it? I've had some both positive and negative feedback on the ship. Negative as in things that people didn't like, not negative as in, you know, they wanted me to stop doing it. I think everyone's just really, at this point, ready for it to be space-worthy and operational. And I'm not going to lie, so am I. Oh. Are we just down the reactor components now? I think we're just down the reactor components now. Oh, no, some superconductors and plates as well. Alright. There you go. Okay, so we're just waiting for reactor components now. Do I just want to go ahead? Yeah, let's just go ahead and clear that, because once we get them available, there's only 4 reactors, so there should only be enough reactor components for those 4. There you go. So we're going to go ahead and get the conveyors behind the reactors set up, so we don't have to worry about digging them out of the wall later. You can catch that little corner on each of them. Because when these reactors are fully welded up, that facing is going to basically take up that entire block, which is why I was like, we'll do that before. Okay, now we're going to go back and grab some components, because we're going to get some light in this place. Yeah, components. And I'll probably change some of the setup on these lights later. But for now... So the big thing with it is that I forgot lights are like 25 PCU each. They're crazy. Let's grab... That should be enough. Perfect. Look at that. So yeah, I was placing some lights. We've got them up in the welding bay now. And I was like, damn, these things are like, I kept running out of PCU really quickly. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, 25 PCU each. You guys are all end to end. We're gonna put one there. That'll give us a little bit of light, and we can put one. Oh, I forgot about you guys. How many corner lights do we have that are incomplete? Quite a bit. Alright. You two are reactor room lights. Wow, that was We're going to have you guys cranked out to max. We're going to do max fall off, and we're going to drop your intensity down to half. And we'll see how much light that gives us. Okay.
Energy low.
We can actually see that light from here. Now I think those were some of the last corner lights that we put in. So I think they're going to be like down in here. So 14, 16, 17. Let me make a note of these really quickly. And what we're going to do is we'll find them. 19, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Now they should be around each other in the tree. So we'll find out. $25 and $26. Check that really quick. Yep, 25, 26. Okay, so if we do this and this, and let's go like so, we'll save them all together. Awesome. Alright, so now we can find those by looking for the ones that are in the grouping. We're going to have you guys max your lights out, max your fallout off, and we're going to do 2.5 on the light intensity. Reactor room lights, we do not want in config, we do not want in terminal. Make sure everything turns off, everything does, okay. And that gives us quite a bit of light in there.
Energy critical.
We're not done, these are just, some of these lights are basically just temporary. What we're planning on doing is we'll have some operational lights in there, so if the reactors are off but the turbines are on, we'll have a light that's like say red. If we have things where the turbines are off and the reactor's on, we'll have a green light. If everything's off, maybe we'll do yellow if the reactors are off and the generators are on. I don't know, we'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and get this stuff loaded up. I'll be glad when the ship's done. I really want to take it out and see how well it handles. Because we haven't even put the gyros in yet. And I'm thinking that part of the gyros, some of the gyros are going to be tucked into this back section. Because we were talking about, we're going to end up with a bit of room. Let's go over here. Talk about this really quick. So we're going to end up with a bit of room in here, and I'm thinking we may mount gyros across the non-LCD areas of the jump drives, and then, like I was saying, put windows up against the whole thing. But yeah, we'll end up with, I don't know, was that 3 by 2, so that's 6, 12, 24 to a side, 48 total. And then we've got other areas where we end up with a bunch of space that we haven't utilized yet. And so the gyros are basically just going to get tucked in various places. One of the things that I want to do is come over here, not smack our face into the jump drives that are not welded up yet. come back over here really quick. So part of the reason why this is left open is we're also going to have gyros. We're going to have a line of gyros across the top here. Probably mounted to the ceiling. I haven't decided yet. I like the idea of them being mounted to the ceiling because then you only see the ball hanging down. And then I thought about if we need more, I'd probably put them in above that conveyor line there in all of the hangars, just to give us that much more. So if we really need more, we do have room to add them in. And then we also have small reactors over here. So if we need additional power, these things will probably be brought online before the large reactors are, simply because the large reactor consumes so much uranium so quickly. But it does put out a significantly larger amount of power, so yeah, I should probably get this stuff loaded up too. Alright, so let's get back to work on the reactor room. I need more plates, don't I? Okay. Man, this whole thing is starting to come together nicely. And I'll probably put some lights back in here or something. But like I said, I want to make sure we have enough light to get things done, and I do want some status indicator lights so that you don't have to go to a control panel to see what's going on. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. So hopefully we'll get some let's drop this stuff off. We got a bunch of reactors, or reactor components. Are we at least halfway? No. We need another 1,300. So at 312, we'll be at exactly halfway. Alright, let's get that up. We'll see how many we have. Really quick. Can we get at least 200? There's 200 more. Okay. So that will leave us at just over halfway done on the reactor. Okay, so I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and get this in. I think we'll go ahead and grab... Did I place... United in place? I didn't put another conveyor junction right there. So I want 4 of those. We'll get those welded up really quick. I put the stuff back for the stairs. I actually need the stairs. So we'll grab 4 of those, and then whatever we have left will be steel plates. So we'll get the last little bit of this welded up, and I think we'll call this one thereabouts. That light is so cool coming through like that. Alright. Yeah, I turned off the light so that basically we weren't burning, power. Oh. Alright. Grab whatever it's going to let me grab. Let's go get the conveyor junctions welded up really quick. And those actually do need to be welded because they are feeding through, just like the reactors are feeding through to the bottom tanks here. If we put more reactors in, those are going to feed the upper area. Just drag straight across. And I think there. Do we not have a tank here? Tank there, but we don't have a tank there, so actually I will need to put another tank in. How'd we misplace that? Alright. So a tank right there. Okay, I have an exit strategy here. Yes, yes, okay. Just making sure. Alright. Okay. And it's just basically a little bit of extra fuel. I mean, we could move the thrusters out a little bit, these ion thrusters. But I'm not overly concerned about it. And what I will probably do is once everything is welded up on the inside, I will probably come back and add some thrusters back, or not thrusters, but more fuel tanks here, just so that we know that we have plenty of fuel wherever we happen to be doing. I don't know. Might leave it open and make this a small hidden area back here. Like an aft-facing lounge or something. That could be interesting. End up with an extra room back here. Maybe have... Can I get through there? Maybe have it set up so that this is where the engineers sleep. You know? Because we're going to end up with a bunch of space above the reactor. Well, let's check this really quick. So if... Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Have some stairs come up into a walkway over there. So we'll have, say, our reactors. Maybe have something that comes up past the window here and goes over there.
Energy low.
That could be interesting. Where would we do the stairs from for that, though? I mean, I guess we could do it technically from here. Have stairs coming up. Come across to say... let's do this really quick. These are... We're just dry fitting these. So if we did that... Right. You would have room. Basically have a second set of stairs come out and up. Say where these lights are, basically put a platform and have stairs coming up again. And if we did that, that would clear the tanks. I mean, we could... You'd basically just need to seal at this point. And roll those up. You would just need to seal this as a floor. And what we could do, be really funny about it, is put a vent in here. And then block. Basically, you'd have... let's see. Yeah, that would work, actually. You can take these guys out. You would have your floor be there. So you'd end up with something like this.
Energy critical.
And again, we're just throwing ideas out here. So if we did that. So do a vent there. Do a vent here. I know I'm horrible about staying on task, aren't I? So you'd end up with 2 air vents out here. With this being 3 wide, at least, actually we could get, we could get a significant amount of floor space out here. There would even be options to do things like have cutouts in the floor, so you'd be able to see down into the air, into the nacelle, down into the engine area, or the thruster storage, I guess, would be what it actually is. Just beat it. All right. Okay, so now that I'm on this whole other track, let's get the last of this stuff loaded up really quick. And I am going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, especially if you have some feedback on what we're talking about here, for the way that we're talking about making an expansion area, let me know. Put that kind of feedback down in the comment section. I'm always happy to hear from you all. It's it does keep things interesting around here, but at the same time, it helps me know what you're looking for. Like I said before, yes, I'm building it, but it is a community project of sorts, at least. I always have the right to veto, but, I will at least listen to suggestions and ideas. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Let's get the rest of this stuff loaded up. I guess we can go and take you guys out for it now. Oh, it stutters.